What's up and welcome to my channel. So today we'll talk about one thing and one thing only, but we'll split that up into two parts. So we'll talk about gaining weight. We'll talk about calories first, what they are, what they mean, and what they're made of. And then we'll also talk just about how you apply those calories to your specific goal, in this case, gaining weight. Alright, so what are calories at all? If you might know something about this, but just to get up to speed, and so we're all talking about the same thing here. Calories are a measure of energy. It's a measure of energy of food, and it's the energy that your body basically runs on. Because when you eat food, you will have energy. It's simple as that. All right, so it's this simple. You've got your body uses a specific amount of energy every day. If you eat this amount of energy, uh, you will not lose weight and you will not gain weight. If you go above that amount and eat more than that amount, you will gain weight. If you eat less than that amount, you will lose weight. It's that simple. All right. So this amount is what we call the TDEE, the total daily energy expenditure. And you should first go and calculate this, but just for reference, we'll just assume that it's around 2000. So the average human uses about 2000 calories a day. And if you were to eat a little bit more than that, you would start to see weight gain. But before you start going out and just drinking Coke all day and eating cheeseburgers and just doing that, hear me out first. So, because not all food is created equal, calories aren't either. So, calories are split up into four different groups of things. First, there's protein. 1 gram of protein has 4 calories. Then there's carbohydrates, where 1 gram of carbohydrates has 4 calories as well. And then there's fats, where 1 gram of fat has, ready for it, 9 calories. And then the fourth one, which I did also count, but I mean, yeah, it's alcohol. So 1 gram of alcohol actually has 9 calories. So there's that. In your diet, you will want to try to get enough protein. Uh, this doesn't depend on your total daily expenditure as much, but it depends on your body weight. So when you're trying to gain weight, you should shoot for anywhere between 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. If you're trying to lose weight, it'll be a bit more because you're trying to maintain that muscle. As for fats, you want about 20 to 30% of your calories coming from fat. So you'll calculate that, and it's actually not that complicated. So here it goes. If you're trying to if your total calorie amount that you're trying to eat is 2000 calories, and you want 20% or maybe 30% of that to come from fats, you'll simply go 2000 multiplied by 0.2 for 20% or 0.3 for 30%, and you'll get your number. So in this case, it'll be anywhere from 400 to 600 calories from fat. And then, if you remember correctly, to get to that number, we can use what we talked about before. And so, because 1 gram of fat has 8 calories, you can just go and say uh, that 400 grams or 400 calories coming from fat are equal to 50 grams of fat. And then for 600, that'll be a bit more. Okay, so once you've got your protein and your fats, you just basically fill up the rest with carbohydrates. So in our case, um, we'll have anywhere between. I'm terrible at this. Okay, uh, so you'll just go, with your 600 calories from fat, and then whatever the protein is, because it depends on your body weight. You'll subtract that from your amount that you want, and the result will be how many carbohydrates you would need. All right, so far so good. So now you know what calories are, how they work, and how you can use them to reach your goal. So now let's talk about gaining weight. What actually goes into this? As we mentioned before, you need to eat more calories than you burn every day in order to gain weight. How many calories really depends on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve. For people like myself that are trying to gain most or 90% muscle, because you can't just gain totally lean muscle, there will always be some fat associated with it. People like me will try to go 2 to 300 calories in surplus in order to just gain lean muscle. Others just want results more quickly and decide to go for about 500, anywhere between 4 to 500 calories in surplus, maybe even 600, um, and you'll gain strength more quickly. You will gain a little bit more fat as well. But if that's what you want and you don't really mind if you gain a lot of fat, that's good too. No matter which approach you choose, there's only one thing that is certain, and it's simply that if you're not gaining weight at all, neither fat nor muscle, you're not eating enough, uh, or you are not taking into account other activities. So, what are other activities? Well, if you're just doing sports next to working out in the gym with weights, uh, those are extra calories that you're burning that you're not taking into account. And so you need to estimate what that is and then add that and just have a sandwich after you go for a run, or if you have a very active job, just add about 2 or 300 calories to that, depending on how intense that job actually is. I will link a calorie calculator below, that lets you get a good estimate of the number of calories that you would need to eat in order to gain weight, lose weight, maintain your weight, and then you can basically adopt what I just said, and calculate your macronutrients and how much protein you should be getting, how much fat you need, and then how many carbs you need. So that's it. Okay, there's one thing that I forgot to add to this video. I'm recording this after having seen the video. Um, if you do, or with this knowledge that I've just shared with you, be sure to track your calories for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it takes you to get used to eating this amount. and then slowly start upping how many calories you eat more. Just keep recalculating what your daily expenditure would be uh, at your weight, and then adapt how much you eat to that. So just if say you would have gained like 5 kilograms for a pound, you will obviously consume more energy. So you'll want to keep increasing the number of calories. Um, but you know, you don't have to keep tracking forever. It just helps to understand what calories are and how food or nutrition in general works. Um, but in no way do you have to keep doing this forever if you do not want to, because it might not be the healthiest thing to keep thinking about exactly how much food you're eating, and it can get in the way of just going out with friends and partying and having fun while you do everything. So keep that in mind. Don't get too hung up on exactly how much you're eating, and keep having fun as well. So that's the most important thing. All right. Well, good luck, and you'll be making some decent, pretty, pretty freaking decent strength gains pretty soon. All right. Well, good luck. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free and share this with your friends. Give it a like, and maybe even subscribe if you liked it that much. I will be making more videos like this one about losing weight and other things that you might want to know. So stay tuned.